Okay, hello Twitch chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's everybody at?
Okay, hello Twitch chat. Oops, had myself uh, double casting. Anyways, welcome early birds to tonight's stream. Just one game for you guys tonight. It will be the start of week 3 of season 2 of the Do It Big Invitational. Tonight's game will be between Hapuuma Matata, 2-1 on the season, against Chile's Angels, who are 4-1 on the season. So we're gonna get that set up. There's Mr. Bidao in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. Okay. So we're gonna check in with both teams here, and then we're gonna get the show on the road. Hello, gamers.
Yo.
How are you?
I'm good. Charles,
good.
are you here? Are you setting up the lobby? Do you need help?
But it's only 8.
We started at 8.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Mhm.
set it up. What buttons do I press?
I
Do
can do
you
it.
need
I
to
got you.
Okay. Rohit's
I
on
think you
top
press
of it.
Control C and
Wait,
Control V.
Is Nerf Shen Hapuma Matata?
Do it big, go
I
to...
think-
Yes.
last time we
Yes.
were
Okay.
unwilling to pick up the jargon, right?
Okay,
I think we can
no.
I think we can R3 the jargon.
How do I do
Like
this?
being able to
Watch this.
Just keep in mind you're
Alright,
technically on stream here.
Charles, can you self-mute?
Oh, okay. We're on
Um,
stream right now, by the way.
and Clovis, I'm
Yep,
gonna
I'm
need
good.
you in about a minute after I check in with the
Sounds
other
good.
team.
Sounds good. But why?
Fight thing, right?
Hello, gamers.
Hello.
The lobby is officially up. I'm inviting you all.
Oh, thank you. We were gonna go to Battlefy and
Yeah.
we forgot about it.
It's all good. Okay, well, anyways, when I ask for the interview candidates, just come up so I don't have to drag you. Please and thank you. Alright. Okay, so checked in with both teams here. The lobby is officially up for tonight's game against Hapuuma Matata on blue side, Chile's Angels on red side. Tonight, I'm joined on the cast by Mr. Civil Lock, aka Clovis.
Hello.
As this is your first time on the cast, tell Twitch chat about yourself.
Twitch chat probably knows a lot about me already.
Probably, but some of them might not.
I'm a little famous.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't know anything about me. I've been leaking strats from. We've been coaching Rubal's team to help them improve.
Nice.
Talking a bit with Samuel Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been following the tournament. See how my boys are doing.
Sounds good.
Should probably leave the lobby. All right, here we go.
Have you liked what you've seen thus far?
There've been games. It's been some gameplay.
There have been some games and some gameplay. That is definitely
contested and close matches. That's what I'll say.
true. Sounds like you are not 100% satisfied.
I'm very satisfied. Au contraire.
Oh, okay. Because you
So-
said there's been gameplay. Not
There's been
necessarily.
gameplay.
There's a distinct lack of adjectives in front of gameplay that make me think that you were just holding it in a little bit.
Yeah,
you know.
no. I mean, the secret is you should always speak in conditionals. That way you can never be wrong.
True. Never speak in absolutes.
Yeah. I'm an open-minded person. I'm willing to be persuaded of a lot of different things.
Gotcha. Well, let's see. Who are you missing here?
Do you have
We
any
are missing...
draft predictions for tonight?
Well, I don't want to get into it yet because I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay, guys, save it. All right.
Yeah, well, it's more so because, I think that people are in chat right now, or I have the stream on right now because we're not into Pickman yet, so I don't want to spoil anything. Or leak strats, I guess. Clovis conveniently forgetting that he to mention that he cast for UCI. Oh, you cast for UCI? That's sick.
Oh yeah, I used to do that. I was affiliated with the UCI Esports Arena, and I
Sweet.
was kind of worked a little bit with their coach.
Nice. How was
And
that?
did some analyst stuff for them. It was good. The year I started, it was the year right after they got first place, and then they didn't qualify.
Oh.
So it was probably me, not a good enough analyst.
I see. That's sick. Okay, well, both teams are here. So what we're gonna do a little bit of a departure from the norm, ladies and gentlemen. We've already heard enough from our captains here. Hapuuma, the captain of Hapuuma Matata, Chili 5, the captain of Chili's Angels. I don't want to hear another Charles speech today. So we're gonna get to know some of the members of these teams tonight. I'm gonna ask for Celery Man, aka Alex, on Hapuuma Matata. I'm gonna ask for Amiza142 from Chili's Angels, and once I get both of them in here, I'll explain to you guys why. And I get the interview ease. Alright, so we're gonna wait for Alex and Helen here.
How exciting.
How exciting. Indeed.
We have Alex entering the lobby.
Hello.
How are you feeling today, Alex?
I'm feeling good.
Cool.
Have you
Feeling
eaten
good.
yet?
Have I eaten yet? No,
Yeah.
not really.
No.
Oh, well,
It's
Hopefully-
just one of those days.
yeah, it happens. I mean, all I'm gonna say is, how can you get fed in game if you're not fed in real life?
Well, I can't get fed if I'm already full, can I?
Oh,
Oh.
true! A man of exceeding talent and incredible wit. Thank you for joining us on the Peanut Gallery.
Alright, Helen is here as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that we picked these two specific interview candidates for tonight's game is Alex and Helen are in a very loving relationship in real life. But, as fate would
Very
have
much
it,
so.
they are going to be pit against each other here in the bot lane for tonight's match. Alex, the AD carry player for Team Hapuuma Matata. Helen, the support player for Chili's Angels. So, Alex, as you are on blue side, the first question will go to you. How important is League of Legends to your relationship?
Well, I think luckily for me, there is the old adage of lose lane, win game. So I'm hoping that will sort of balance out, our career run in the Do It Big Invitational as well as my personal life after the game is over. So.
Is that a hint of match fixing, as in you'll throw the game so that you'll win the post
Oh
game?
no, she's just better than me.
Oh, okay. Sounds
gonna be Bate.
good. All right,
Get your bets in, ladies and gentlemen and gentle people.
it's true. All right, well, I'm gonna turn it now over to Amiza142, aka Helen. Helen, what have you threatened Alex with if you guys lose the game today?
I told him I would give him 4 kisses if we lose, but
Uh-huh.
if he wins, I'll give him 6 kisses because I just want him to be happy.
Wow. By the way, your captain in chat here is telling you to give them hell, and you decidedly did not do that. But
Oh,
very, very
I
PG.
actually
Yeah.
wrote a song for Alex.
Oh.
because, yeah, 3 years of relationship, and I wanted to sing for the street. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'm here for it.
All right. I'm a little nervous. Alex is an ADC. HIJK, I love you. Up where your CS is high. You light up my support sky. Tonight, let's focus on fun. ADCs are relevant in 2021. Thank you.
Nice.
Wow! Oh my goodness, that was straight fire.
Beautiful.
Oh man, a lot better than any of Charles's speeches. Hopefully, though, galvanizing the right team this time. After it seems like Charles's speech galvanized Andyland in their previous game. But wow, okay. Thank you to both Alex and Helen. We're all rooting for you both, both on the Rift tonight and in real life. I'll let you both go back to your teams, and we're going to get started with picking bands very, very soon. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Roger. Bye.
Bye
Thank you, Helen.
bye. Wow. Was not expecting
Wow,
a
really
song.
rousing interview.
Yeah, I was not expecting a song in the pregame. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Do It Big community is diverse and creative. So we're going to get to know all of them before Season 2 is over. Definitely stay tuned. Be here at the beginning of the stream so you can catch nuggets like that. Okay. So gonna ask for both teams to start when ready. And we're gonna get into pick bands here. If you are listening to the stream and you are in the game, please mute the stream because we're now going to talk some draft predictions. Okay.
All right. I mean,
in.
that's really just a do it big moment right there.
I think so
Wholesome
too.
in real life and cyberbullying on the Rift. And speaking of musicality, Seraphine getting taken off the table right away. That's the blue side band one.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this?
Pretty typical, I think. I don't think that Chile 5 is going to have Seraphine for the entire tournament. It's a busted champion in general. If you look at the win rates,
I think it's really been meta defining in the Do It Big invitational metagame as well. A lot of support and mid laners playing it, making it a pretty threatening flex pick for teams that are able to play in both positions.
Yeah, I agree.
Got an Ashe ban coming out, as well as a Leona coming out as the red 1 ban, followed by the Pantheon. Interesting angle for both of these bans already.
So what I'm predicting here is we need to see a jungle ban or two, or else it's going to be very interesting. If you're Hapuuma Matata, Magnus Crow
surprised
as
to
a
see a
jungler.
jungle ban here. I mean,
from one of the two teams.
I mean, you can see that blue one is already looking to take out long-range engage tools. That's all the 3 tools they've taken away. Galio Ultimate, Ashe Ultimate, Seraphine Ultimate, both really disruptive to the chaotic skirmishing style that Hapuuma Matata likes to implement in previous drafts. Whereas we see a lot of engage supports being taken away by red side. I believe the Pantheon is targeted at Ali.
Okay,
Is that how you say it?
Triple bans, support bans here. Okay, so that's very, very interesting. The reason why I wanted to see a jungle ban here is because B-Crow's jungle pool isn't the deepest. I feel like of the 3 power tempo junglers that he plays, or that are like really meta right now in Hecarim, Olaf, and Udyr, he really only plays Hecarim. We've seen him try
That's
Olaf.
possible.
So
I
this
think
is a really
that
good
maybe
pick.
that's like you can thinking deeper into the draft. I think Hapuuma Matata recognizes this, but I don't think they think it's that important because they have a really sharp identity. I think that's why I'm really excited to watch this game. Is both these teams have a very sharp angle. You can see that present in both their ban strategies. You can tell that blue side is afraid of disruptive ultimates that can break apart the team fight and give that fight control, and red side is afraid of the engage tools. So we see Swain Lulu coming in. That seems like a pretty good read, I think, because if they see that blue side is afraid of the engage tools, they pick these really disruptive champions, Swain and Lulu. So this is a flexible draft that can pivot into a lot of different directions so far. Aatrox
Okay.
getting hovered here.
Yeah, see, so the thing is, right, if you're now Chili's Angels is to me the question is what their jungler is going to be because all the power tools in my opinion are off the table either because it got picked away in Hecarim or Beaker doesn't play it.
Olaf,
next
well,
comfort
isn't
pick-
this just a snap Olaf though?
He doesn't play it. It would be a snap
Just Kai'Sa
Olaf in a
locked in.
vacuum, but I don't know
Nocturne's
that
available as well.
I don't know that they're comfortable enough with that pick yet. Which means we saw him on a Mumu against Andyland do Jack Dilly Squat. His next comfort pick is probably Jarvan, and Aatrox and Hecarim would absolutely love that. Okay, so we have seen the Nocturne come out before as well. They did win the game that they played with Nocturne, but I don't think it was because of Nocturne.
I mean, I think what's you can see right away from these first 3 picks is both teams are coming here for a fight, and these are 2 really brutal knife fighting compositions, short range, aggressive, a lot of explosive damage. One thing to keep in mind here is that there's a lot of healing from the side of blue side. Hecarim and Aatrox both have a lot of sustain. You also see a lot of disruption coming out from the red side. They have Lulu ultimate, Swain ultimate, Nocturne ultimate. These are tools that can dissuade an aggressive diving strategy through the utility that they offer and the kind of counter engage. That can be really disruptive for a lot of these dive oriented champions. There's the Malphite ban taken away along the theme of taking away long range engaged tools. Blue side doesn't want to see any of that, so they're banning that right away.
I think
Orianna
coming out.
Rumble
I think
being
Ornn's
removed.
going to be the ban here.
Yeah, that would definitely fit the storyline and would make me look very smart. So hopefully they ban it, Roger.
The only other option I think would be something along the lines of like a Maokai, maybe a Yone if they don't want to see that. But I think Swain is definitely going in the hands of Chili 5, so not going to be the Swain ADC. Oh, okay.
Oh, a Sivir ban,
So
making
Ornn
me look
is
incredibly
up.
foolish.
Indeed.
But it looks like they're targeting that bottom lane position. I'm interested to see what Ikuji pulls out of his pool with Ashe and Sivir off the table. I believe those are the only 2 AD carries he has played thus far.
Yeah, as far as I can remember, I think that's the case. Alright, we are going to see that Ornn then, after it doesn't get banned away. It'll get immediately picked up.
Interesting that they choose to lock Ornn here. I suppose there's no reason to keep top lane counterpick anymore because they do see that Aatrox committed to the top lane. So that means they aren't going to use that red side solo lane counterpick opportunity. There is a world where Aatrox gets flex mid. I think that's unlikely though. Thoughts on that, Roger?
I don't think so. I don't think that they've practiced this. Roll swap. Yuumi gonna get hovered here just kind of as a troll, I think. Okay.
And the
Janna gonna
gets
be the locked in.
I'm a little bit worried about this Janna. This Janna is quite powerful, and it is a strong like counter theme. You can kite out that Swain, you can kite out that Nocturne ultimate, potentially if you space correctly. You do have to play around the spell shield, which can be really problematic. One thing I don't like about this Janna is that it really fights against the rest of the blue side theme. They have all these really aggressive dive-oriented champions. There's the Sylas.
Sylas gonna be
Very,
locked
very
in
interesting.
here. A couple of choice
I would
ultimates
actually be
to
really
steal here.
excited. I'd be very excited to see Sylas swapped into the top lane as the Ornn counter pick. I think that's unlikely, but it would be a very cool strategic move. Sylas is a really common Ornn counter pick, and Aatrox does tend to struggle against Ornn later into the game.
We have an issue here, I think.
And the Jace gets locked in.
I don't think this is the pick.
Excited? This
Because
is probably
they went all the way
Kuji's
down
Jace AD carry? No,
I think it went down to 0 because someone. Yeah, Jace is Vayne. Okay, so I was gonna say there's no way because it went all the way down to 0. Okay, so Vayne gonna be the last pick here for Chili's Angels. Helen spelling a little trouble. I guess they didn't use the search feature properly. But okay, so That would be the comps rounded out then for both teams. On blue side, it will be Aatrox in the top lane, Hecarim in the jungle, Sylas in the mid lane, and Kaisa Janna in the bot lane. Meanwhile, for Chili's Angels in the bot lane, Lulu and Vayne in the mid lane, Swain in the jungle, it will be Nocturne, and in the top lane, it will be Ornn. Will be interesting to see a couple of things. Akuji forced onto a champion that we have not seen him play before. Meanwhile, on blue side, we saw Hapuuma play Sylas to good effect against Don't Worry We Scale. But I think this time around it's going to be in the hands of Nep, aka Niku Toilet, and a couple of really good ultimates to steal. Can counter Paranoia, so both teams can't see anything, which I think is pretty funny. In that situation, by the way, both Paranoias just wouldn't be able to be used really unless they were already in melee vision.
Well, whoever ults second will have longer cast time duration, right?
Yeah. But you know, last 6
So you're
seconds.
kind of in this strange situation where if you cast first, you want to input buffer on a target as soon as you're in range so that you can cast before the darkness triggers
Sure.
from the counter Nocturne ultimate. That's also kind of a weird situation because it would require Sylas to be in Nocturne's range to cast his ultimate and steal it. So it is a potential interaction. I don't think it's going to be particularly game breaking. I think really the Sylas is here to target Ornn ultimate. That's going to be his job in these fights.
For sure.
Taking a look at the overall composition, these teams are here to scrap. Like, both these teams want to fight and get their hands dirty early on. So I expect this to be an important tempo-based game. I think the scaling advantage, I kind of give it to Red Side here. They have those Ornn items picking up into the mid to late game. They have that Swain who actually scales really well as a team fighter. And of course, they have the notorious Vayne, who's going to make short work of these melee champions if she's allowed to free hit in these fights. That being said, there's a lot of explosive skirmishing power in the pre-6 phase, even in the level 6 ultimate spike. Sylas ult, Hecarim ult, Aatrox ult, all of these are super powerful spells, especially if Sylas is going to be picking up Swain ultimate in these mid-game skirmishes. Potentially really dangerous.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully we see some double Call of the Forest Gods intersecting each other here. Will be interesting from a visual perspective. I don't think that Sylas, when he steals anything, gets like enhanced particles. So let's see if both teams can keep track of which ram is whose.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah, sounds like we're going to be heading to Ram Ranch this game.
Oh boy.
And the horns.
Yes. 18 naked cowboys. We have a highlighted message here, by the way. It says, Mr. Wong, we politely ask for quality copy pasta to be read in this live broadcast. For alas, we will stir up a ruckus. So,
Ooh.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have updated some of the channel point rewards, and I have also implemented betting. So let me go ahead and try that right now. So let's see here.
Yeah.
Where is
While we
my...
test that feature.
Okay.
Do you want to highlight a specific matchup in this game? I actually really want to keep an eye on the support role in this draft, because I think how these supports choose to enable their frontline or their backline is going to have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. Both kind of the rest of the team, they all kind of want to fight each other. Like Ornn, Nocturne, Swain, Vayne, Age. These champions all want to just get in there and start hitting things.
Right.
Janna is going to be really interesting because this is where the comps sort of diverge, is that Janna is trying to separate out this fight and prevent Swain and Vayne from entering effectively into the fight. She has a lot of healing, potentially apply Staff of Flowing Water onto all her melee champions, give them that move speed. So those Janna ultimates are going to be really key. Conversely, we have the Lulu ultimate, which is a much more proactive tool as opposed to a defensive tool than Janna ult. If Lulu can get a really big knockup, either to deny the engage from Hecarim or to set up on the Nocturne ult even, if Lulu's well positioned, and that can be a really powerful CC application.
Yeah, we will have to see. Sorry, I'm kind of tuning out here because I'm trying to make sure that my prediction thing works out. So we
All
have
right.
the bet live. Ladies and gentlemen, put up your channel points for a chance to win even more channel points. I also updated the rewards as well. All right. So, if you cash out here, feel free to redeem them for the rewards of your choice. One of those rewards, by the way, will be a question that you can pose to a specific player after the game. All right. So
Oh,
if you
wow.
like what you see,
Really generous.
assuming that it is not against TOS or too flamey, you are more than welcome to pose a question to the players here that I will read out for you. Oh man, so many predictions already. 8.6k bet on Hapuuma Matata thus far. 6k in favor of Chili's Angels. Who do you got in this one, Clovis?
This one, I mean, full disclosure, I have been coaching Chili's Angels pretty extensively the past couple of weeks, so I have a little bit of a horse in the race, so to speak. Definitely
on blue
cheering
side,
for
right?
my boys on the red.
Oh, well, there's a horse in the race, literally. But it's not on Chili's Angels. So we'll see whose horse is ran in this game. Okay. I think all the predictions are in.
All right.
Oh my god. Highlight my message. Jeffrey Pog saying, LMAO, you call yourself a Chili's Angels fan? I'm fucking loaded on channel points, bro. I all in every game because I'm just that jacked. Alright, let's hope you cash out here. Is there any way I can look and see who bet on what?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
But I'm excited for this new functionality.
Hell yeah. For those of you who have already accrued enough channel points here, remember, look at those rewards, see if you maybe want to pose a question on one of these players post-game, and get to know your players a little bit more, alright? Okay.
All right. I know I just highlighted the support matchup, but early on, definitely want to look at these early jungle routes. I mean, of course, you always want to pay attention to the jungler in the early game because that dictates a lot about what the team's plan is going to be. But it's especially important because there's a lot of pressure on Hecarim to get the ball rolling early on. Hecarim farms very quickly and can keep tempo, but we'll be looking to convert here because, like I said, blue team is on a bit of a timer with this Vayne and this Ornn ramping up into the late game.
Ramming and ramping, really.
Ramming as well, yeah. No pun intended.
XD. Okay,
another thing that will be
gentlemen, we are
important to
loaded
keep in
in
mind
here.
on is, will red team figure out how to build Grievous Wounds? I know they had some issues itemizing it against Andyland, neglecting to build it against 4 healing champions. Similarly, we have 4 healers in this game once again: Janna Ultimate, Silas healing, Hecarim healing, and Aatrox healing. So I'm optimistic that eventually Chili's Angels will pick up that Grievous Wounds.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. I feel like in the matchup top lane, for example, Ornn should probably rush a Bramble Vest.
Yep, Bramble Vest makes the most sense, and I think Morel Nomicon on the Swain will be the best application. Vayne can pick out that Grievous Wounds, but kind of has limited to single target application, so I think Swain is the optimal way to apply it. You can drop that Swain ultimate, put Grievous Wounds on every single person who walks through you.
Yeah.
For an 800 gold investment.
Okay, Count Cal here, by the way, redeeming the Ask a Roger a question he will have to answer reward, asking how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? That's a good question. If a woodchuck could chuck wood, I'm sure he would chuck lots of wood. But that's as far as I know, I'm sorry. That's not the most entertaining response.
Well, would a woodchuck chuck wood? If that's what...
If he could, I think he would. I think if he could, he would. Alright, Silas here, gonna get spotted by Nocturne, dropping a really deep ward. Now gonna be caught out by the Swain. Never gonna land as well. This might be first one onto this Silas. Silas gonna be forced to flash here and immediately eat a corrupting potion charge. So flash blown early onto this Silas. Very, very interesting. That was a very greedy ward.
Yeah, not only is that flash, it's gonna be like pretty much all 3 corrupting potion charges. Silas does have that teleport.
Never gonna land again as
another
well.
pull.
Oh,
Chili
goodness.
off to an amazing start in this lane matchup.
Yep. Interesting here as well. Nocturne gonna start leashless. Silas being forced to skill the abscond will mean that he has no means of getting this CS without walking into melee range and getting threatened by that never move. So a huge start here for Chili's Angels in the mid lane.
Yeah, we're gonna see that range versus melee dynamic in the mid lane, but on the top side of the map we see this Ornn perhaps over trading at level 1 against Aatrox, but that wave is gonna roll back in, so if Essential Rahul is patient, he's going to pick up all that farm under tower.
On the bot lane, should be an
Level
advantage
2
for
with relative
Janna.
parity.
Yeah, should be an advantage for Janna Kaisa, I feel like, in the early game.
Yeah,
Vayne
they definitely
wants to
win
scale.
those short trades. If Vayne Lulu can get an extended all-in, they can exert a lot of pressure back, but they're going to have a hard time challenging for wave control, especially against the just quick burst harass from Kaiser Kiwato and Janna.
Interestingly,
Zephyr.
we got a ping here onto Hecarim at Wolves. I think Swain using the Vision of Empire there to track the jungler. So both junglers should have a good idea of where each other are at, pathing away from each other here in the early game. Should be a handshake of crabs, but Hecarim should be able to power farm just a little bit better, opting for that 6 camp clear as opposed to 5 camp clear of Nocturne.
Yeah, although Hecarim is on top side of the map and Nocturne's on the bottom side, we see Rahul nice and comfortable underneath this tower, getting a little bit low for comfort, but should be able to eat up this farm safely without fear of that gank. On this cross map exchange by the jungle, they're not pathing toward the same side. I think that's going to benefit Nocturne, who's quite happy to just farm up to 6. Hecarim
Speaking
has a
of,
little bit
though,
more threat
Nocturne
early
gonna
on.
potentially go for a gank onto the side. Alright, just gonna start recalling
Well,
here,
they know
but
his
is
flash
camping.
lists.
Yeah.
It's a smart recall location.
Okay,
They're gonna
alright,
set it
so
up, but
now though,
No.
potential 2v2 scenario here. Hecarim
Turning
is
back
waiting. It
around.
does use the ghost here. Gonna be a very, very vulnerable Swain. Needs to be careful. Swain gonna go very low. Actually gonna get picked up solo kill for the slice. Now Nocturne overextended as well with double buff. Let's see. One more auto plus rampage. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be a huge double kill here for Hapuuma Matata in the mid lane. That was not a good gank whatsoever if you are Nocturne. Swain was pretty much out of mana there. Silas loves watching people run into him, and then he hits him with the Kingslayer. Gonna be healing for a ton in the early game, especially without that healing reduction as you mentioned.
I think that gig is definitely possible. You can make that work. They just need to recognize that Hecarim must be on top crab. There's no reason to continue chasing after you force him out of the lane. If Riot Beacro can be happy, they're just pushing Silas off the wave. Swain gets a good freeze and then can reset at his leisure. So I think it's fine for Nocturne to show in that lane. The alternative play is that they just shove the lane together and then double reset. But yeah, just a little bit of an overreach, not quite realizing the 2v2 threat in that situation due to Nocturne's very high move speed with Ghost. But it's going to be a double TP back into mid. See Hecarim pushing into the bottom side jungle looking for the invade. Is this a tower dive angle?
This is,
I
should
don't
not
think
be.
this should be
This should
possible.
be. Hecarim has not shopped yet either. Just waiting.
Yeah,
was trying to
has
look
enough money
for-
for Polymorph.
This is a bit of a grief if you are Hecarim. You knew that Nocturne
This
started
is
topside. Oh
Very
no.
forcing.
Oh, this is scuffed. This is scuffed. Hecarim not leveraging his advantage whatsoever.
Notice the wave control coming out from the red side bottom lane. Blue's clearly calling for the tower dive. Hapuuma Matata wants it, but with Vayne constantly pushing back, there's no way they can escort the wave back into the tower, and there's nothing for Hecarim to do. He's going to take away that Gromp, but hasn't actually purchased yet, so if he runs into Nocturne here, these kills are all for nothing. Nocturne actually has more stats with these double longswords.
Yeah.
He's going to
Okay.
find his Gromp missing, and Hecarim's going to return to his own side of the jungle.
Okay, what's interesting here though, Hecarim has not shopped. He also wasted that double kill that he got mid. He went bot to look for camps that didn't exist because he forgot that Nocturne started topside. So completely wasting that tempo advantage will mean that Nocturne and Hecarim should both ding level 6 here at about the same time.
Yeah. Nocturne is going to have that full Dirk completion. You see that Nocturne's opting for that Dirk item, which implies to me probably an Eclipse purchase or a Dustblade purchase. Not going to be the Gore Drinker.
Should be a Prowler's Claw.
Prowler's Claw.
Prowler's Claw is the item to go
Makes sense,
for.
makes sense.
If you're Nocturne.
The other option here would have been that Gore Drinker Nocturne, provide a stronger like bruiser front line. That would allow them to challenge more freely, but this is a build that implies that he actually wants to go on Janna in this case, because if you go on Kai'Sa, she has that stealth and the ultimate to outplay, she'll receive the Janna shield. But if you go for this burst damage build, you can actually go on Janna, spell shield the Janna ultimate, and remove her from the fight immediately, which is actually really important based on how these teams fight. They need their supports alive to do battlefield control.
Okay, thus far, despite that mid lane action, otherwise a relatively boring game. Should be very explosive very soon, though. Both junglers with very, very powerful ultimates. Gonna see where the interaction is gonna be. This is a boring game,
Roger. You have high expectations.
Well, you know.
We've already seen 2 kills. There have been
really interesting skirmish heavy
routes, a threatened bottom dive. Flash was forced at level 1 in the mid lane. I'm not sure if we're watching the same game here, Roger.
Well, I was promised early skirmishes. I haven't seen early skirmishes. I've seen 1, which is just 1 skirmish, not 2, which would be skirmishes. Okay, as it stands though, Hecarim is able to shop now because of that delayed recall. Actually able to complete 2 components here of the Divine Sunder plus boots, and dinging level 6 here. Gonna be very interesting to see where he decides to use this first onslaught of shadows, and to see if Nocturne is in the neighborhood for a potential counter gank.
One item purchase that I want to keep my eye on is this Lost Chapter purchase for Swain. Without it, it's quite hard to manage the wave in the middle lane. So Swain finishing that Lost Chapter is going to be really important for mid-prio, which they need to establish before Drake. You may not be able to go back in time for it, and will be playing this fight on potentially low mana. So that is one thing to be wary of, but looks like it's going to go unchallenged. Red side picking up the dragon, intelligently recognizing the Kai'Sa Janna reset earlier. This is going to be a totally unchallenged dragon. That's kind of worrying for blue, who needs to outscale and pick up potentially an early soul to stay relevant against Ornn items and Bane. So, big win for red side here. Chili's Angel's very happy to pick up that early Infernal Dragon.
True. Oh, I almost missed Kevin's question. Can you do your best Rakakakao impression? I can. I'll promise after this game, or maybe if there's another 5 minutes of no action, I'll give you.
We segue back into the game. We have a huge Rift Herald taking the top side. This is going to be traded. With the objective, bottom side with the dragon, recognizing that Nocturne has to reset after clearing all his camps. This is kind of both teams playing their strengths, red team picking up that scaling dragon, and blue team picking up that early power spike from the Rift Herald plate crash. We're going to see where they commit this Herald, and it'll say a lot about what they want to do next in the mid game, what their game plan is. And we're going to enter a pause.
Yep. Looks like support player here for Hapuuma Matata, Internet Boom.
Pause. Perfect time to make fun of people's items. So first of all, Nocturne picking up Berserker Greaves, an interesting itemization choice. I can't say I'm super fond of this, but I guess if there's a game to go Berserker Greaves, it is this one. Nocturne is going to be in melee range a lot and constantly autoing against these other bruisers. The thing I'm concerned about is I'm not sure Nocturne wants to be taking extended auto trades against Hecarim and Aatrox either way, but nonetheless, Berserker Greaves picked up.
Yeah, I don't like it, if I'm being honest with you. I think especially in this early game, you rely on your ult Q powered auto damage to ideally just burst out somebody, and then you snowball for those more extended mid-game team fights where you will be autoing a lot more.
Yeah, while we're on this pause screen, where do you think they're going to carry this Rift Herald, Roger?
I feel like it's going to be top. There's already a significant advantage for Aatrox up against this Ornn. You break laning phase here. And you try to get this Aatrox involved in team fights at Dragon.
One thing I am going to call out is that this is a pretty expensive Rift Herald play. If
Oh.
Alright, speaking of the Forge, Call of Forge going to be used here as wave clear. Now though, the onslaught shot is going to go aggressive onto this Nocturne. So far, not fighting too much damage just yet. Now the Paranoia going to get used, going to go aggressive onto the Hecarim in return. Hecarim going to go down, but so is Nocturne. Now it's going to be the Aatrox versus the Ornn here. Going to be diving. The Ward. Yeah, alright, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Silas now going to come in. This should be a very, very dead Ornn. There it is. Silas should be able to walk out here with no problem. And now this should be first tower of the game over to Hapuuma Matata as well. Only one play left to go. Ooh, meanwhile though, Jano going to walk a little bit too close. Going to eat this. Oh my goodness. Actually, the wild growth going to be used as well onto the Vayne. I was going to say, Jano walking too close. Going to proc the silver bolts, but Kaisa going to give it back as well. Going to force Lulu to ult her.
Yeah, close fight there. I think if Lulu gets that Vayne ultimate a little bit earlier when Janna's too close and gets the knock-up, I think Chili's Angels has kill threat, very real kill threat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. As it stands, though,
about misoptimized CC. It's going to return to a neutral formula.
As it stands, though, TP coming in.
Chili.
Yeah, so this should be a dead Kaisa as well.
Oh, the Janna ultimate.
Yeah, this is a dead bot lane here.
Ahead.
Oh no, Silas is here, however, and so is the Aatrox. Going to be matched by his teleport from the Ornn. Going to be a retreat here for Hapuuma Matata, but now it's going to be a double never move. And the wild growth going to be used to try to save this Aatrox. Will not come to be, however. Going to be so far 3-0 in favor of Chili's Angels. Silas should be able to abscond over the wall here, but now it's going to be slowed by the Vision of Empire. Vayne plus a never move. These never moves are doing so much work. Going to end up being a 4-0 all in all in favor of Chili's Angels. All of a sudden swinging this game back in their favor.
Man,
Huge pickup here.
Us why you can't let this Swain go through draft. It's one of his stronger champions. Taking away Ashe was super important as well, and taking away that Galio pick, another one of Chili's super strong champions. But there's just so many things you can't ban at all, and Swain is going to hit the Rift here, making a big splash after a kind of unfortunate early game, but really bringing it back here. I'm impressed. Exiting now with a 20 CS lead advantage for that Swain, already on that Liandry completion, while Silas is limping to lane with Lost Chapter Codex, a significantly weaker item spike. We'll have to face the cyberbullying of Swain and his fierce claws.
Indeed. Meanwhile, by the way, the Ocean Dragon being the second dragon of the game will mean that the soul in this game is not nearly as impactful as it could be. We'll mean it's either a mountain or a cloud soul.
I think those are actually both really quite impactful. I think people like to meme about Cloud Soul, but I think in this particular game, Cloud Soul is actually really valuable, not because of the ultimate, but rather because of the move speed. Both these teams rely so much on mobility. Backliners are in huge danger.
Hecarim going to look for a gank here onto the Swain. Never move, going to connect onto the Silas now. Going to be a Paranoia using the counter gank scenario here. Onslaught on the Shadows. Look at this Swain just taking absolutely 0 damage. Going to pick up the Silas now, though. Hecarim going to be able to pick down. Okay, so Hecarim able to lock up, or Nocturne able to lock up the Hecarim. Now though, Nocturne overextended. There is a very, very angry Aatrox here in tow. Nocturne trying to evacuate actually through the jungle here of Hapuuma Matata. Let's see if Aatrox gives chase. World Ender going to be used here for the increased move speed. The Infernal Chain is going to be blocked by the Spell Shield. And going to be a Flash Force out as well, but Nocturne did... does barely have enough move speed with the Dustbringer to walk out there. Otherwise would have been a dead Nocturne. But yeah, that Paranoia coming into effect there, and we saw that item difference come into play. Swain and Silas both with the Demon Flare active, but one Demon Flare has Liandry's behind it, and one does not. Gonna be the Liandry's difference there.
Yeah, Aatrox moving in to cover that play and support the mid tower. Also rotating down for the next dragon fight, but in the meantime, we have Rahul, who is eking his way back in this game. Had a bit of a rough start.
Oh, hold on, no, Lulu gonna get found here by Aatrox. Let's see, no flash available. Now getting pulled in by the Infernal Chain. So it's gonna be a very, very dead Lulu, and Alex gonna be the killer on that Yordle. So we'll see how many kisses that is going to mean later on tonight.
Yeah, blue team is going to pick up that Dragon Earth Soul, spawning into the map. Probably quite impactful relative to Cloud Soul. Surviving the Nocturne one-shot from Kaisa, as well as surviving the burst damage from blue side, both these super valuable, and with the amount of
hold on, no double never move again. Gonna be a Vision of Empire landing on Aatrox as well. This Hecarim gonna be slowed here. Vayne is on the rotation, but doesn't look like there will be anything. The devastating charge gonna zoom them out. Paranoia not quite available yet either.
Yeah, blue side's gonna limp away from that one. They're happy to take their dragon, go back to farming Hecarim as all his camps to do, and we'll be content to eat up all that gold. Full clear from bottom side to top side.
Alright, we have a bit of a lane swap situation as well. Aatrox going to get swapped into the mid lane here against the Swain. Not his ideal matchup. Never going to land again, plus the Vision of Empire. Goodness gracious, that's so much damage. Paranoid not going to be used to try to dive the Aatrox. Alright, a bit of a non-committal so far. The Swade taking one more tower shot. Going to go down to the turret, but going to be an execution actually.
Execute!
Looks like Aatrox unable to get any sort of damage onto the Swain before he went down. Will just mean it's going to be 1-for-1, but no gold for Hapuuma Matata. A dead Aatrox here. And this Swain is taking over the game. Hecarim going to potentially look for Ornn, but yeah, both Silas and Hecarim not as powerful in this early game as their counterparts in order to be able to take down this very tanky Ornn at this stage.
Yeah, both these are going blow for blow at this point, but I think this is not a good trajectory if you are a Hapuuma Matata fan, because I think their team really needs to activate soon. They are still scaling against this Vayne, who is at a farm deficit, that's true, but is very comfortably scaling, is going to be hitting the Rift with this Kraken Slayer done already. Kaisa's going to reset, see whether she goes for the Kraken Slayer or the Gale Force herself. But we're going to return to kind of an extended laning phase here. Ornn happily playing that long lane with the tower dead. And if blue team is not able to convert, they're actually losing a lot of farm to these top lane minion crashes, which are dying on the tower, which still remains. So although blue team has that tempo advantage from the tower now, they're actually attritioning money constantly due to that constant push. They need to do something soon to open up the map. Swain's going to nudge these waves into mid. They're establishing bottom side control. Lulu rotating up to set up vision. Meanwhile, Janna choosing to hold mid wave. They swap the duo lane into mid. So really interesting difference in lane allocation here. Sias is going to be holding top, Aatrox covering bottom in the 1v2 with the duo lane matching this Swain.
Alright. So going to be a second Rift Herald attempt here for the Hecarim. Thus far unspotted. Should mean there should be a Rift Herald or Rift Herald drop here before the first Mountain Dragon of the game spawns. No contest.
The Rift Herald play gives
here.
a lot more depth to the lane allocation, because you can see that red side cannot challenge with Rift Herald. The duo lane is in the mid, so number advantage is in the top side of the map, and in particular the support is up there, which means the vision control advantage heavily in favor of Hapuuma Matata on the Rift Herald. It's going to be secured easily by Hecarim. We'll see what they do with it next, because I just talked about them opening up the map, Roger. They're going to need to use this Rift Herald to do something soon. Probably have their eyes on the mid turret.
Okay.
Lulu choosing to leave Kuji to his own devices. Perhaps a little bit of a scary 1v1. There's kill threat from both sides here.
By the way, Nocturne did not end up going for that Prowler's Claw. Does have the Dustblade of Drakthar, which will mean that he requires some resets to really get into these team fights. If he is able to find that Janna or Kaisa burst, then he should be able to get through these team fights relatively unscathed. But if he overcommits a little bit too, ooh, the Infernal Chain's almost going to yoink in Vayne as well. Okay, never move. Ooh, gonna almost find the Janna there. The enhanced Earth.
Oh, it's a bit of a ward bait here. Nocturne and Amisa lurking here on the side.
Kaisa gonna be here. Gonna be a Vision of Empire, but now the Kai's gonna flash into a wall. Killer Instinct has not been available yet. Now, though, there is a very, very angry Aatrox as well. This game is gonna explode into luck. Paul the Forge gonna be able to lock up too as well. The Demon Flare still in the hands of Swain. Gonna be so far 3-for-1. Now this Janna gonna go down as well. 4-for-1 in favor of Chili's Angels. Only Nocturne going down. Gonna give the team fight win here. Should also translate to the first Mountain Dragon of the game. Absolutely huge bait if you are Chili's Angels, dangling that Swain there with the Nocturne, and Kaisa not able to use the Killer Instinct, flashing into the wall as well. Huge win for Chili's Angels.
Central Rule showing a big there with his signature champion, the Forge God himself, throwing out that Call of the Forge God in that narrow choke point. Gets a huge knock-up to set that one up. And we see blue team, they're an aggressive skirmishing composition, but they seem to lack tools if they are the ones getting engaged on. They don't have real peel, they don't have ways to disengage. All their characters want to go in, and if that means they're funneling into Swain and Ornn ultimate, it's not a great setup to enter that fight.
For sure. Yeah, we can see here Swain when he gets ahead is that just impossible to kill. Silas, try as he may, stealing that Demon Flare going to be not nearly as effective.
Yeah, we see red side with a gold advantage, a dragon advantage. They're going to lose mid tower on the exchange, possibly. Yeah, they are definitely going to lose it to this Rift Herald. Blue team is behind, and we did talk about them needing to accelerate the pace of the game. They do get outscaled. So, Roger, what do you think is Hapuuma Matata's route back into this game?
Well,
it's not over yet.
We don't see any healing reduction on them, so if they don't pick up any healing reduction and they try to fight the Swain again, they're just gonna lose straight up.
Yeah. In fact, both teams are going to be needing to pick up healing reduction very soon. Whoever figures that out.
Hold on, though. Aatrox going to aggressive onto the Swain. Swain does not. Oh, Demon Flare not going to come out. He has the Zonias as well. Keep that in mind. Hecarim going to be charging in as well. Should be picked up very, very soon. Going to go down. And now Kai'Sa going to be locked up by the Never Move. Janna running for her life. The Vision of Empire should connect. Going to be another 4-for-0 in favor of Chili's Angels. I think this game is going to be snowballing heavily in their favor now. A very suboptimal fight here. If you are Hapuuma Matata, not recognizing the power of this Swain, nor their need for healing reduction, and now with Vayne, should be a very, very easy Baron at 21 minutes within the game.
They're going to burn this one down. A 21-minute Baron coming out of Chili's Angels, who actually have the scaling composition in this game. A really impressive statement in that mid-game fight. Swain coming up huge. Chili, Hapuuma Matata say, "Oh, we got this. Swain, you're stuck here." Chili says, "Am I stuck here, or are you stuck here with me?" Boldly strides where Swain has never strode before into the blue side of the map with his R button on. And there's no way he can die through that. Zonya's Hourglass Stasis going golden there. So.
Yeah, definitely didn't tip tab here if you are Hapuuma Matata.
You'll love to see it. It's the Oblivion Orb on Chili.
Yeah, I mean they had Thornmail and they had Executioners on Ornn and Nocturne before that fight as well. So
very true, very true.
Definitely did their homework pre-draft.
Yeah. Perhaps a little traumatized by the healing of Andyland, learning their lesson. Groove's Wound's pretty good against healing.
For sure.
I think they may have actually overpurchased it, so maybe overcompensating here. Nocturne probably doesn't need to pick up Executioners here. Doesn't apply it super efficiently, but it's not the worst thing ever. Wish Vayne had not purchased it either, but you know, the more the merrier. They're in a good enough position that they can afford to squander a little bit of gold for that insurance. Keep an eye on this Ornn. Level 13, we're going to be hitting those mythic items very, very, very soon.
Yep. Already has the Rhymeforged Grasp for himself. With each successive level, going to be giving one to his teammates. I would imagine Swain should be the recipient of the first upgrade here. And look at this Swain just absolutely bullying this Silas off of the mid lane or bot lane turret here as well. Aatrox is going to take this opportunity to try to go aggressive top lane just for a little bit, but this is not going to be too productive. Ornn at this stage in the game going to be more than happy to stand up to this aggression while his team secures more objectives here in the bot lane.
So I'm not sure if you know this about me, Roger, but I am a literacy teacher for the 4th grade, so this is your language lesson of the day. Rime is the frost formed on cold objects by the rapid freezing of water vapor in a cloud or fog. So that is why the Frostfire Gauntlet is the Rhymeforged Grasp. It just means forged very, very coldly. The more you know, ladies and gentlemen. And gender neutral, non-binary individuals in the chat.
Okay.
That
so
Baron Siege setting up here.
Yeah, with Baron up super minions here.
Oh man, look
Angels
at this
content
Swain. He goes where he pleases.
Content to just fish here for these number moves.
Now we see kind of a rough situation for blue side because they don't actually have wave clear. They have all these tools to start fights, but these are not fights they actually win. So they are just kind of looking, waiting. What do you think is their trigger to go in and take this fight against Chili's Angels? Or do they try to turn this around?
Ooh, almost got the recall interrupted there by Aatrox. I don't think they have one, to be completely honest with you. Hecarim, when he falls behind like this, is going to be stuck in a very, very difficult position. Has next to no magic resist to stand up to the Ornn and the Swain.
They may not want to, but they may not have a choice. If they give away this third dragon, they're going to be in a very precarious situation, but Chili's Angels, knowing this, they're just going to DPS it with Nocturne and Vayne. Chili is going to stand in the bush of death, holding hands with Helen on the Misa's Lulu. And it's going to be third dragon going over to Chili's Angels. They have Soul Threat in 5 very, very short minutes. Blue team needs to make something happen very, very soon, or this game is going to slip rapidly away from them.
Alright, and we are going to get that first ornament handed here to the Swain. Now has the Leandri's Lament in the inventory. Well, if you are Hapuuma Matata, you can't really 5v5. If you're Chili's Angels, you are just grouping as 5. So, gonna be
The classic
very, very
Chili Angel
difficult here.
strategy, everyone holding hands in mid lane.
Alright, Aatrox though now gonna go get the World Ender up and going here. Gorgon gonna use very, very early. Swain just gonna walk in here and just press S and challenge all of Hapuuma Matata here. Decent start, decent onslaught of shadows as well though. Vayne gonna go aggressive, try to find the Hecarim, and look at that, no one is dying on the side of Chili's Angels whatsoever. This is just too much healing coming out from Chili's Angels. So far just the one dead Silas, but Chili's Angels happy to just set up shop here, even without their Baron buff.
Yeah, I think that fight definitely shows that. I don't
Ooh.
think Riot has
Janna-
added enough
hold
healing
on.
into this game, but
Janna is able to find a tornado onto Lulu though, and actually now though some very, very low HP health members. The Killer Instinct is up. Let's see if Hapuuma Matata decides to go for broke here.
is this the play that they need? This could be an overreach from Chili's Angels. Blue team thinks it might be. They're pressing forward to chase these low health bars. But
Alright, let's
Hecarim
see if the
ult's not
Prey
available.
Seeker
They
does
can't start a
land
fight.
here. Prey Seeker, where is it? It's not coming out. Okay, looks like it will be a successful retreat here for Chili's Angels.
It's all those tasty low health bars, but unfortunately, Hapuuma Matata out of those engage buttons. Hecarim are down, means that there's no way to start that fight, so Chili's Angels are happy to limp away from that one. They'll fly back onto the map after they reset and spend that hard-earned gold. One thing I do want to call out is that although Chili's Angels has had a decisive advantage and had Baron and won a decisive fight, they still have not converted into an inhibitor take, and as long as that has not happened, the dream is still alive for Hapuuma Matata. They have plenty of outs back in this game. They're not necessarily good chances. I don't think they're favored by any means, but it just takes a couple lucky picks, and a game like this can turn around very, very quickly. There's a lot of
is
shutdown
League of
gold
Legends.
available.
It is League of Legends. Anything can happen.
Kuchi gets a little trigger happy. gets
Alright,
picked,
hold
but
on
nope,
here.
they're just
Baron
gonna
going to be
getting the
started
Baron.
here by Chili's Angels. Doesn't seem to be a hint of a contest thus far. Vayne going to burn this so quickly. Swain going to be looking as well for a pick. If you're Kaisa, this is a dead Kaisa.
Oh no!
My
And
god.
it's 5 before the Baron pit, but they're forcing it.
Yeah, this is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned. Heck, going to go in and get himself killed. Aatrox is just going to be stuck 1v5 here. Going to go down as well. Darkened Blade, Darkened Screen for Aatrox. Now, Chili's Angels with all the confidence in the world to push forward that inhibitor. Might even push for game here. 30-second death timers here on Hecarim and Aatrox. Kaisa will be back up in 15.
And they're gonna just walk this cannon minion back into the base, and they are looking to end right here, right now. 20 seconds on that Aatrox respawn. It's gonna be inhibitor at the very least. Will they go for more? The wave is potentially set up bottom lane if they wish to double inhib, but no, they're gonna clear this wave. They are looking to end the game right here, not even waiting for Earth Soul.
I think they need
they're
to be
gonna be
patient
able
here
to do
for
it.
Hapuuma Matata. You gotta be patient.
How much more patient can they be? They need Aatrox 2 seconds. The tower's getting low. This is the
Call
fight
the
they
Forge
want.
to come out here from the Silas, not from the Ornn, by the way. Now the fight does start. Never Move is available though for the
Kuji's
Swain
free
and plus the
hitting.
Demon Flare. Aatrox gonna go down first. Hecarim soon to follow. This Ornn is absolutely, literally massive. Going to be all the front line plus the Swain that they need. And this will be a comprehensive win for Chili's Angels. Going to move to now 5-1 on the season. Going to take the win over Hapuuma Matata. GG, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that was a really sharp draft from both teams. Really, like, just hammer fists and haymakers going across in the draft. Huge early fighters picked up from both teams. That scaling advantage for Chili's Angels turns out to be a little bit too much. They use that Ornn ultimate to great effect and get that favorable man advantage fight. I think that was really the critical turning point in this game where they set up that pick. Hapuuma Matata thought they were getting the pick on Swain, but he was not alone. He had brought his friends along for the ride.
Indeed. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through chat here and see. Let's see how many questions we have. I know we have one that is from, I want to say Sang B. How do I look at this stuff? Okay, anyways, first things first, by the way, so congratulations to all those who put their money on Chili's Angels. You have won the first bet of Season 2 here. So be sure to spend your newfound wealth wisely. Oh my goodness, 14.7k channel points gonna go to Jeff Pog Player. Congratulations. And and who else? Wait, how does this work? And 2 others. I can't see. All right, whatever. Congratulations. So it looks like about 5k for each player here. I did not see who else redeemed a potential post-game question. Okay, well, I know that there's one. Ask Rahul why he didn't buy boots. Will do. Okay, with that, gonna ask the captain of Chili's Angels, Mr. Chili, who do you want?
Chili himself.
Want to be interviewed? Hopefully they're also hanging out.
Who would you say is the MVP of this game in your eyes, Roger?
Without a shadow of a doubt, I think it's the Swain.
That's Swain pick.
Vayne has the nicer looking.
Showed him those fights.
Yeah, Vayne had the nicer looking score by the end of it, but
True.
a lot of plays happened around either baiting the Swain or just just using the Swain in 2v2s. Once he got ahead, just too much for the Sacrum Silas combo to overcome. But anyways, okay, so we're gonna get. All right, there is Rahul, there is Charles in the post-game lobby here for some interviews. So, first interview question here for Rahul. Gonna not be my question, gonna be a question from the audience. Sang B asks, why did you not buy boots?
So, looking at our compositions
hold
this
on.
game,
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because I'm hearing audio from you and Charles. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, Charles.
There you go.
Looking at the compositions this game, I thought they only have one engage button, and we can neutralize it really easily. So I thought, who needs boots? That's my official reason. That's my official reason. Yep.
Hold on.
Yep.
I'm receiving a call. Hello? Yes, thank you. So someone just called and they wanted to know if their expert opinion is true. Because I calling an expert friend, and they suggested maybe Rahul didn't buy boots because he was afraid he would run it down too fast. What are your thoughts on this blatant and horrid accusation from on-call expert?
It's true that in this tournament, I've seen a fellow Weakside brother of mine, Samuel Agent S.A. Lee, get fucking canyoned while he was playing Ornn versus Hapuum's Aatrox. It's possible that was my reason, Clovis. But
I see.
It's not. It's not.
It's not. You gotta avenge your brother. Show him the way the match is meant to be played. I like it. Those are fighting words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, with that game, you guys are now 5-1 on the season. What do you think, Rahul, is the key to your team's success?
When we started the split, we saw that we saw that Charles, the genius captain that he is, He didn't draft a team of just one superstar and 4 supporting members. He drafted a team of 5 superstars who can all speak the English language quite well, who can all, communicate quite well.
It's a bit
And
xenophobic, no?
well, I mean, if we all spoke like Spanish, it would be the same thing, right? I think that's what makes us win, So we've got
Is your
5
mastery
superstars.
I
of
think
English
what Rahul
language?
is trying to suggest is the power of communication is what drives this team to victory.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
see.
sir. That's it.
All right. I don't have a question
Which
for you,
he's
Charles.
communicating very effectively right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Charles, I don't have a question for you, but it only feels right. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to deliver your best Swain game. All right. Thank you. You can get the fuck out now. Can you ask Helen to come up as well?
Okay.
Thanks.
While we're waiting for our next player cycle, and I do want to give a shout out to this Hecarim actually. Unfortunately, the game did not turn out for Hapuuma Matata the way they wanted to, and their game plan got stuffed out by Swin getting quite large. But do recall that Hapuuma Matata did start this game out 2-0, and that was after Silas, Nuka Toilet Silas, getting the Flash Force at level 1 and chugging 3 pots. They still turned that around with an excellent counter game coming out of Magnus Crow. So I do want to recognize that Hecarim made this game a lot closer than it should have been.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Helen is back. Okay, Helen. You guys took the victory. If I recall, this means 4 kisses instead of 6 for Alex. Does he get anything else after you take the win over him?
He gets a lot more, but I can't say it on stream because
Oh.
of people's 6-year-olds.
Oh, okay, okay. So not going to get TOS here, but looks like Alex may be winning off the Rift tonight.
Yep.
Congratulations, Alex.
W's all around.
Okay, well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that will pretty much bring us to the end of tonight's stream. Only 1 game for you guys tonight. We'll have 1 game a day for the next 3 days before we have an action-packed weekend as well. So thank you so much to Clovis for hopping on the cast for tonight. Wonderful, insightful color commentary from him.
Of course, thanks for inviting me.
Of course.
Pleasure.
And we will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. PST. If you guys are not sure when we're going live, always check the Twitch description for the week's schedules. All right. Also, get here bright and early to get those channel points so that you can start betting on these games and start asking your favorite players things that you're just dying to know. One final thing, I am a man of my word. Kevin asked me for my best impression of him. Okay, now Kevin, if you're still here, you can't be disappointed, all right? I'm not nearly as energetic, let's put it that way, as you are. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, rock-a-cow! All right, there you go.
Some brief parting words before we end this broadcast.
Sure.
Thank you. I'd like to remind everyone that tomorrow's matchup, it's a big match. It's PokeCard versus Chili's Angels. And you know what that means. Because do you think McGregor versus Poirier was big? Think again. Because on Wednesday, February 3rd, 8 p.m. Pacific time, tune in to watch 2 top lane master assassins. And if you think the Octagon is brutal, you haven't seen anything yet. On one side, we have Rahul, the teleport titan. And on the other, we have Samuel Lee, the terror of top lane. This will be a bloodbath. A battlefield. But the only thing we know for certain. Better top wins. I'll throw it back to you, Roger. Let's sign off.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Get hyped, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. PST, a matchup of those 2 top lane master assassins. Don't miss it. Good night, Twitch chat.